WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
Welcome to another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jarom. It's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Oh, nothing, buddy. Just 7 days? 6 days? Season opener?
6 days when this is posted, yeah. 6 days until the return of Chicago Blackhawk hockey.
6 days until the Hawks get all up inside of Florida's ass and just fucking blows them out. That's kind of like a weird visual, but like, fucking let it rip, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting with them real quick. I guess just like we did last week, quick 1 minute recap of other stuff because it is the final divisional preview episode today. But real one quick minute, things that have happened in hockey. Barkov out for the season, torn ACL.
Yep.
7 to 9 months. Florida's got to make a decision if they're going to
declare
him completely.
Unable to play for the season and playoffs, then they can get his full $10 million. If not, they only get like 3.8.
Which I don't know why they just wouldn't do that because it's like 7 to 9 months would be June, so he would only be handy if he came to the final.
Yeah, but I don't understand who they would get for that's gonna be $10 million basically. That makes a difference.
Get a bunch of rentals, man.
Yeah,
but all right, keep going. We got a big contract signing today. Krill. The Thrill, Kaprizov, 8 years.
Okay, we'll talk about that during Wild.
Oh, that's true. We are talking Central. Okay, we'll talk about that in the Wild. Frankie Nazar
get into
really
it.
Fucking good.
Yeah,
hat trick against Minnesota. So suck it, Minnesota. But yeah, we let's just get into the Central Division preview. What's up, guys? Before we get into this episode, I just want to take a quick second to ask you guys a huge favor. If you're listening to the show on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify or even on your favorite platform, make sure you are subscribed or following the show. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave some comments, share it with your friends. And just so you don't miss any future episodes, make sure you hit the little bell button so you get notified when we post new content. We appreciate it. And now let's get back to the episode. Again,
Sans Hawks.
Yeah, we're going from worst to first, and we'll start at 7 because the Hawks finished last, and we're not talking Hawks until their preview episode. Just for quick reminder, though, 25, 46, 11 for 61 points for the Hawks last season. And in 7th place, the Nashville Predators, the winners of the offseason and continued proof of why you do not want that title to be called the winner of the offseason, finished in 7th with a 30-44-8 record for 68 points and just totally just shat the bed for all the moves they made. But really they didn't because I feel like it was just like a kid playing NHL. Barry Trotz was like a kid playing NHL and just being like, ooh, best available player. Let's just grab them, and threw them together on this team. And it didn't work out.
Yeah. I think the prediction was like, oh dude, how sick your first line is going to be Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault. And Marchessault is like pretty fresh off of like a Conn Smythe, right? Mm-hmm. Stamkos has just won 2 cups in a row. Like, is not that far removed from those Stanley Cup wins for these teams. And you're like, oh, fuck. Like, and then they got Brady Shea, who's like a solid defenseman. Like, damn, they loaded up. They're fucking ready to let it rip. And then they just
a
big old poopy in the season. And then Trotz is just like, if you're not gonna try, like, I'm gonna start trading guys. And that was just like, here you go, Pittsburgh. Here's Tommy Novak. Here's Philip Tomasino. No, it's okay. We don't need anything in return.
Yeah, and it was just a weird year for them. I mean, They still got a lot of production from Philip Forsberg. I mean, he led the way, 76 points in 82 games. He's so fucking good. I still love that trade, how Nashville got him, 1-for-1 for Erat. But then you got players just not showing up. I mean, the biggest one for me was UC Saros.
Oh, yeah, dude.
20, 31, and 6 with an 895 save percentage. Just not good from what we're used to seeing from him.
That's not classic juice.
Although his numbers have been did go down over the years. I mean, last year the 2 years before, it was a 906 save percentage, down from 919. But I mean, he hasn't had that bad of a season since he played one game in 15-16.
Yeah, he's been over 900 save percentage every year.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was the defense. Maybe it was. You look at the games played though too. He played a fewer games this past season than the last three, but the last three were like 67 games, 64 games, 64 games, and you're like, okay, he's playing a lot. And then when they're making the playoffs, he's playing in all of those games too. So he's really good. I would put my money on him having a bounce back season rather than have another regression.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything to be concerned about until he has that season again.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think it has more to do with like if you look at this team, it's not a good team.
Do you have what they did this past season or this past offseason?
Yeah, they signed Nick Perbix. That's legitimately their only signing.
And then they traded for
But they still haven't even signed Luke Evangelista. That would be their second signing. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah.
Let me just double check this again. Oh, they signed here's the other thing. So it's not like a big one, but Brady Martin signed. He's not playing on the Predators. I mean, he could because they have no one, but he's not playing on the Predators this year. Their literally only fucking free agent was Nick Perbix, and then they didn't re-sign anyone else during free agency. They extended a Nick Hague after they traded for him. That's it.
Didn't they already send him back, Brady Martin, back to the...
He probably did. I don't know. I didn't even look. I'm just saying, like, he could make this team probably. Evangelista, like I said, still doesn't have a contract. And everyone else that was like a free agent on their team. So they have... So unrestricted free agents, they had Kiefer Bellows, Mark Friedman, and Jacob Vrana. Let them all go. Other unrestricted free agents, they had Mark Del Gaizo, Grigory Denisenko, and Jake Livingstone. None of those guys re-signed with the team. And guys that they didn't give qualifying offers to, all those guys are gone. They didn't re-sign anybody.
So they didn't sign anybody, but they did make two trades. They brought in Nick Hague.
Yep.
Who's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yes. What was that injury?
Wrist injury, I believe.
It just says upper body on here. Maybe it's wrist. Yeah. And then what's the other trade?
Eric Halla.
Oh, yeah.
And
they traded draft picks.
Yeah, so
they sent Jeremy Hansel to the Devils for Eric Halla. Well, in a fourth.
So it's like, so the thing with me for this team is like, I don't think it can get worse. Like with the guys they brought in last season and stuff, like I feel like
those were just like a low point in their careers.
Like it was just a blimp, you know.
Here's the other thing, though. Both of those guys, Stamkos and Marchessault, are 34. So Ryan, man, I thought Ryan O'Reilly was older. But here's their big other than Forsberg, who's going to be 31, Marchessault will be 35, Stamkos will be 35, O'Reilly will be 34, Yossi will be 35, Brady Shea will be 31. That's their top 6 point getters last year. And then their 7th point getter is Luke Evangelista, who is not signed.
Yeah.
The Predators have how much cap space? $9 million in cap space, and then they're hardball and Luke Evangelista.
Well, it was the same thing with McTavish and Anaheim, which we didn't talk about. We didn't mention that in the Power Minute. He re-signed. But
good for them.
Yeah, and it's just like the thing is, I feel like every time though Steven Stamkos gets counted out, he comes back better. And I kind of give him benefit of the doubt that this is the first time he's played somewhere other than Tampa.
Yeah.
You know, and it had to be a shock to the system, especially the way it went down and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if has anything to do with it or whatnot, but I mean, I think Stamkos has earned that benefit of the doubt, given for how his career has been and what he's done and what he's shown. But again, like you said, that they're not young anymore.
No.
As we say, they're our age. But anyway.
Yeah. I'm young for my life, but not for hockey. I mean, just looking at their lineup, the way that it's set up currently on like Puckpedia, like their center depth is brutal. Like Stamkos is on the right wing. So they have Ryan O'Reilly, they have Svechkov, who is a 22-year-old as their second line center. Fyodor Svechkov, 2021 first round pick. Eric Howla, and then what is it, Michael McCarron? Yeah, Michael McCarron. That's their center depth right there. It's like that's not that great at all.
Yeah.
On the left side, it's Philip Forsberg, Joaquin Kamel, like what's Bunting's first name? Michael? Everybody I'm like, is it Michael? I don't know. And then Cole Smith. And then Matthew Wood, they have listed as the first line right wing. Stamkos, Marchessault on the third line, and then Zach LaRue. It's a weird team. You're either over the age of 30 or you're under the age of 22.
Yeah. And like I said with this team, like looking back at the standings, 68 points. I do think this team improves. I just think that the way the players on there, it just would be shocking to me if they do 68 points or less again. I still don't think that it's going to change their position in the standings this year. I think they'll still be in the same spot potentially, but I mean, I still think the Nashville's in for a rough go here.
Dude, honestly, like, I could see the Hawks possibly bumping the Predators down.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because here's the thing, like, if the Predator, I mean, like any other team, but like, I think the Predators, if somebody gets hurt, they suffer the most because they have from the looks of it, have like zero depth. Like the fact that Nick Hague is out, like their defensive pairings right now are Yossi and what is this? Is this Justin Barron? Yes. Brady Shea, Nick Perbix, Nick Blankenberg, and Adam Wilsby. And that's not like very good. It's very far from like the defensive pairs that they had like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like remember when they had like Ryan McDonough?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I think a lot can happen. I still think the bottom two in this division are set, and it's between Nashville and Chicago. And if Chicago can play, like if it was a preseason game and you can't take too much into it, but if they can play with the jump and the excitement that we saw Sunday against Minnesota throughout this entire season, yeah, they're not all going to win, but I mean, if they're close and battling and all that kind of stuff, I can definitely see them stealing games from teams that they probably shouldn't be, and definitely going to bump them up. Like they're not. I would be shocked if the Hawks don't break 70 points this year.
Yes, especially with a team like Nashville. Like like I was just saying, like their biggest guys are getting old. That's what it is. Like the Hawks should have the jump on them. That's what I would expect, and I would hope so. But yeah, I don't see unless like Marchessault and Stamkos have like a huge bounce back season. Even if Saros is like back to, or at least just an average NHL goalie, like I see them still kind of being where they're at. Because like, in all honesty, like, did they get better? No, they didn't do anything.
They didn't get better. I don't think they got worse though either.
I think they got worse.
You think they got worse?
Well, yeah, they trade like one of the pieces they had for a majority of the games last year was Luke Shen, who's a great defenseman. Same with Jeremy Lauzon. They traded both of those guys. Lauzon was hurt though, so
I feel like they're just even keel. They're like they're 500. They're no wins, no loss. You know, like I feel like they're the same thing, and they're running it back with
the exact same thing.
A couple different additions, you know, like I do like the Nick Hague move for them when he's healthy and all that. And you talked about him being a big body and going to be a problem, you know, for other teams and all that kind of stuff. And I know that's not a game changer or anything like that, but it's like, it's little stuff like that. I think they deserve a little bit more credit than what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't by any means think they're pushing playoffs or making it different. They're a bottom 3 team in this division, no question about it. Bottom 2, I even think would be even more confident saying.
Yeah, I don't see where they improved anywhere. So I don't see it.
All right, well, let's move on because I think with these we're gonna probably talk a little bit longer on these because we're actually familiar with all these teams.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is the Utah Mammoth, formerly known as the Utah Hockey Club, formerly known as Arizona Coyotes, formerly known as the Winnipeg Jets.
No, Phoenix Coyotes.
Phoenix Coyotes, and then the Winnipeg Jets. They finished last year 38, 31, 13 for 89 points. Fuck, what a difference it makes me of an owner that gives a shit and wants to see a team succeed and goes out there.
An NHL stadium, state of the art practice facility, and all that. Like it's just, it's awesome. I'm so happy for those guys that were there through the whole Arizona days, and having to go from fucking stadium to fucking college campus to get to go to this. Kick it off with any moves that they made. So, I mean, the big one, right? JJ Peterka, bringing him in. Those bitches, yeah, dude. That's a huge. I think that was a really good move, especially for what they gave up. Like, it could be good both ways, but I think the best player involved in that whole trade is JJ Peterka, and a lot of people always say like, if you're the one getting the best player, you're probably the one winning the trade.
Here's the thing. You're winning the trade because you're trading with Buffalo.
Yeah.
And it's like I think we talked about this when we talked about Buffalo. Buffalo's the new Blackhawks of like the late 90s, early 2000s. You get these players that are awesome, and then as soon as you move them, they turn into the fucking superstars. And that's what Utah needed, was a player that you considered, like, I don't know if he's not superstar status yet, but he's the first player I think that truly has that, like, oh shit, kind of name. Like Clayton Keller is there too. He has it, but I don't know. It's just something about going outside of your organization and grabbing a player that's already got a name established. It just, for some reason, that does more to me.
I guess his name was just out there more because I think he was one of the bigger fish on the trade market, but honestly, I think one of the better players on this team, other than Clayton Keller, is going to be Logan Cooley.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's fucking really good too, man. Holy shit. Other than like some smaller moves, like they got Nate Schmidt and Vitek Vanacek, I don't really think they went out of their way to like really sign anybody in free agency that's like too big of a catch. Everybody else was just like re-signed pretty much. They made that trade where they sent Matias Michelli to like Toronto, but he wasn't really playing. Which is so weird. So Matias Michelli had this past season 55 games played and 18 points, but the year prior he had 82 games and 57 points, and I'm just kind of like, what happened to that guy? 17 goals, 40 assists, and then he went and scored 8 goals and 10 assists. It's like, what happened?
There had to be some sort of injury or something.
I think they just weren't using him the same way. And
they fell out of love with him. Yeah,
pretty much. Maybe he's just a locker room bad boy. I didn't want to use the word locker room cancer. So
yeah.
It's like locker room bad boy. I don't know. But yeah, this team, I'm excited because this is one of those teams that has built from within for the most part. You know, the Peterka trade is a big one, but their first line, Dylan Guenther, Logan Cooley, and JJ Peterka, the Guenther and Cooley are both draft picks. Second line is Clayton Keller, Barrett Hayton, Nick Schmaltz, same setup. Keller and Hayton, draft picks. Schmaltz, trade from the outside. It's just like you can say Lawson Krause is kind of homegrown because he was like somebody they traded for immediately, like after he was drafted by Florida.
Yeah, that was a fairly early on that Florida gave up on him.
I don't think they didn't really give up on him.
Every time you trade a player young, you know, I just say it's give up. I know they probably what was that trade?
I have to look it up. It's like so long ago. Puckpedia just disregards that it was a trade that happened. But I remember it was like he was literally drafted, signed with Florida, and then traded. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Oh, traded by the Florida Panthers with Dave Bolland.
Ever heard of him?
A 3rd round pick in 2017 and a 2nd round pick in 2018. So wait, was he not? I'm so confused now. I'm confusing myself. He was picked in 2015. Why did I think he was? Oh yeah, this happened in 2016, August 2016. Okay, so it was like a year after. That's so crazy though that they were like, you can have Bolland. Oh, it was a cap dump situation, I bet. There we go.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. That makes more sense. God, I feel so stupid. Why do I talk?
This AI overview on Google, I don't understand why they're wording it the way they did. Teams involved, the Florida Panthers and Arizona Coyotes. Players traded to Arizona, Lawson Krause, from Florida.
Yeah,
Dave Bolland. Why would you word it like that?
Because that's the
just
smart
say
way to
both players were traded to Arizona.
Yeah, I don't know. That's dumb. On the back end, Sergachev still pretty sick. John Marino, Ian Cole, Sean Dursey, Ole Mata, and Nate Schmidt. I think Dursey had like injury issues last year, but the year prior, man, he had he only played 30 games last year, had 11 points, but the year before he had 41 points in 76 games. So I'm sure they're trying to get him back to being, power play 1 quarterback.
Did you say they got Tanev?
Oh, no, I didn't, because I forgot that Utah and Seattle are 2 different teams. I was like, yeah, he's been there the whole time. Yeah, they got Brandon Tanev. So that's hilarious.
Dude, I like this team, man. I really do. And I love the jersey. I love the new logo. I want this team to be so good.
Dude, Clayton Keller, 90 points. Logan Cooley, 65 points. That's going up. Dude, Clayton Keller's so nasty. 30 goals, 60 assists. Is
he officially in that most underrated category?
Yeah, absolutely. He's only 26. I feel like he's been in the league forever.
He has been. He's got to get a look at the Olympics, right? Like,
I would hope so. Yeah, he was playing 82 games in in 2017-18 when he was 19 years old and he put up 65 points. He's so fucking good. But yeah, I think, the majority of their players, so Keller, Cooley, Schmaltz, Genther, Sergachev, Hayton, they traded Kesselring. So let's say those top 6, right? And they're who had the most points for the team. The oldest is Nick Schmaltz at 28. This is completely opposite of Nashville.
Yeah.
These guys are building like crazy.
They are, they're building the right way. And I think they still have a decent amount of cap space.
Yeah.
It's like this is a team.
$7 million in cap space. They're gonna be so good.
The thing that it's so funny to me to say this because it's like it's still the Arizona Coyotes in a way, like the blueprint is the Coyotes. They just got an owner that actually wants to let the team do what they need to do. But it's like this is what I'm hoping for the Hawks in terms of their build up. They're all the homegrown young kids develop within, get you to a position. Now you're gonna have a ton of cap space. Free agency market is gonna be fucking great the next few years. And you have money to spend, so you can go and get those pieces that you weren't able to develop within, and just get that extra, push to take your team to the next level. This is what Utah is what I really hope the Hawks develop to.
The other thing too is Utah has tons of draft capital still too.
Yeah.
They still have their next 3 first rounders. This upcoming draft, they have 3 second round picks and 2 third round picks. So if this team is pushing playoffs by trade deadline, they have so much ammo to let loose and like acquire guys. I would love to see Utah fucking make a playoff push. I think that'd be cool.
I'm giving a Jarom guarantee. They're making playoffs.
That's good. Good shit.
You give your Tanner guarantees every year. I'm giving a Jarom one this year. Utah's making the playoffs.
Anything?
Yeah, I don't think you've said them this year, but I've clipped a couple that you've said.
What is it? Fucking Buffalo starts hot and misses the playoffs.
A couple times you said that.
Is it Toronto loses in Game 7 in the playoffs?
Probably.
Those are the ones I know about for sure.
Tater guarantee is just the no-duh statements of the NHL.
I was saying these like 3-4 years ago, though.
No, I know. All right.
Also, they still have Jackson Stauber too. I would love to see him get some action on the NHL squad.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got fucking sneaky good like NHL stats.
He did all right for Chicago, I thought.
Yeah, he set the record for rookie goalie like wins in a row or whatever.
Yeah. So, all right, 6th place, or no, 5th place.
There you go.
Not doing Chicago. The 8th place is throwing me off. 5th place. So now we are in the playoff teams, which I forgot to pull up the bracket. But let's see the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues finished 44-30-8 for 96 points. They took the 5th spot, the last spot in the playoffs. They played the Winnipeg Jets, you said, in the first round and lost. Game 7. Game 7.
Yeah, and the Jets tied it with like 2 seconds left in the third, and then they beat them.
Fuck the Blues, man. That's all I gotta say. No.
I mean, hey. All right, on to the next one.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's always going to be. They're just always going to sit there. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I hate it, and I don't like that they do find a way to make it work. And as long as they have Binnington as their goalie, I want bad things to happen to them. Yeah. But they still find a way, and I don't know. I take it personally.
I mean, I don't really care because they can do all they want, and then they can just flounder in the middle of the league for forever. I don't give a shit.
That's fair.
Because they're not going to get, they're not winning another cup, and they're not going to get a really high draft pick and get somebody really good. They're just going to be a middling team. And go ahead, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, do they do anything really?
So they signed Nick Bjugstad and Pius Suter. And then looking at Pius Suter, and I think it's hilarious that like since his one season with the Hawks, he's gone on to like the teams that have been rivals of the Hawks at some point because he went to
Yeah.
Detroit, he went to Vancouver, and now he's in St. Louis. And it's just he's going to
It's
end up in
unfortunate.
Minnesota at some point.
I liked Suter.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he got a 2-year deal at 4.125. So I was like, oh shit, didn't realize that. That's it. I mean, they re-signed Cam Fowler, or they extended Cam Fowler.
That was just recently too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like 3 days ago. Let's see. I don't think they made any trades, did they? Oh, they made the minor trade. It's Logan Mayu for Zach Bolduc. That's it. So this team is largely coming back the exact same, except for the fact that Torrey Krug has already been ruled out for the whole year.
I think they ruled out for his career.
Yeah, likely done, right?
Yeah. They brought in Lucic on a PTO. He might make the team. You never know.
Yeah, he's still there. I guess their biggest addition is getting Jimmy Snuggerud for the whole season.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
He had 4 points in 7 games last year.
I see, dude. That's gonna be a fun, and that's what's unfortunate that I'm like, these young players are all going to like teams I just do not want to see do well.
Yeah.
And I want to watch them and all that, but it's like you'd be the only one that does anything well. Like lose 7-1, but you get the one goal, or you make the one big play. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep this a rival, man. The Hawks need a rival again.
Yeah, that'll happen. Like this team's still solid. Like Dylan Holloway had a good year because he was like, "Yo, fuck you, Edmonton. I'm about to show you what you missed out on." 63 points in 77 games. It's like could have used that in probably the final against Florida, but stand. Yeah, I don't know. This team's good. I don't think they're good enough to win a cup. But they're good enough to be like competitive.
Yeah,
and then lose in the first round.
Well, I'm sitting there looking at I pre-wrote my standings for the division. And a lot this team and the next team we're about to talk about here, which I mean we're done with St. Louis, right? I mean there's really not much else.
Yeah, I can't wait to fucking just I don't know, watch them do nothing. I'm not gonna watch them do shit. I'm only gonna watch when the Hawks play them, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, the next team is the Minnesota Wild. They took the fourth place in the division. They took the top wild card spot, 45, 30, and 7 for 97 points. What I was starting to talk about before we decided to push it until we got to them was their big question was re-signing Kirill Kaprizov, and not that he needed a contract for this year, but going into the season, is he going to sign? Are they going to move on from him if they can't get him to sign? Well, he signs his 8-year, $38 million.
Yeah, dude.
Dollar extension, $17 million per. He's the highest paid player in NHL history. Makes sense. Makes sense for Minnesota. Doesn't make sense for. I'm so glad that there wasn't an opportunity for him to hit free agency and for the Hawks not to make that move. Because I would have been very upset if they signed him to that contract.
I don't think anybody would have. I think it was like he knew that Minnesota needed to keep him, and he could have gone anywhere. And so since they needed to, it's one of those rare situations where I think the team that you're already on probably has to pay more than a team that would try to get you in free agency.
I mean, they lost all their – I mean, the owner played his hand, gave all control to him when he said –
No, Bill Guerin did, yeah.
was it Bill Guerin? I thought the owner did too. Somebody said it was like a blank check. He's going to be the highest paid player in the league. All that kind of stuff, and it's like,
no one's
why would you say that out loud?
Going to pay Kaprizov more than we can.
Why would you say that out loud? That's like that is the worst negotiation tactic ever.
Yeah. That's hilarious, and maybe they'll learn from that. But like, so what I was gonna say is it looks so funny looking at like next year. It's Kaprizov is their highest paid forward, and then it goes Boldy, and it's 17 million, and then 7 million, and it's a $10 million gap. And
I don't
just like, if you're a fucking high quality free agent and you see him making 17, you're like, okay, I'll take 14.
Yeah, like I said, like I don't think he's a great player. He's awesome. He's a fantastic player and all that, but I don't think he is as good as this contract was. And it has everything to do with Minnesota needing him more than he needed Minnesota.
Yes.
And the big thing with him, like, and my big question mark when there was rumors that like, he's got interest to come to Chicago, and it's like, better not be paying him a lot because he's got an issue with health. He has a hard time not being injured. Like and when he's injured, he's like, it's not like 1 or 2 games. Like I feel like it's big injuries too.
Yeah, he played half the season last year. I mean, the year before he only missed 7 games. The year before that he missed fucking 15, and then the year before that he missed 1. So I don't know, when he's there, like when he had 81 games played, he had 108 points. And then the next season when he had 67 games, he had 75 points. 75 games, 96 points. Like 41 games, 56 points. Like he is legitimately a top 5 player as long as he can play more than half the season.
Exactly. That's a huge thing, and I feel like that is
Jesus Christ.
That's not worth the risk to me. That is
25 goals in 41 games and 31 assists last year. Like, if he would have been healthy for the whole season, Minnesota would have been scary going into the playoffs.
He still got a Hart vote last year.
Did he really? No shit. Yeah, somebody's trying to be fucking cool.
A Minnesota guy.
Yeah, dogs are going crazy outside. It's actually not that crazy to me that he's making 17, because like I don't think that actually hurts this team too much, because they've literally made the playoffs yearly while having 15 million in dead cap from Parise and Suter.
He got 3 fifth play votes. Sorry.
Oh, did he really?
I looked it up. Yeah.
So he's been making 9 million for how long? Let's see, 5 years, right? 3 of those 5 years, they were wasting 15 million, and I'm pretty positive they were making the playoffs still in all those years.
Surprisingly, they were, yeah.
So if you kind of just look at it as like, there's 15 million at dead cap, he was making 9. You can just be like, okay, let's say that's 24 million. You're kind of saving 7 million still, and the cap's going up. So I saw they're going to have a hard time still filling up this team. I just think that players will be able to kind of take advantage of the fact that they're like, well, if you're going to pay him that, like, you don't think I deserve at least half? Literally, Brock Faber, who's their best defenseman, is making half of what Kaprizov makes.
I'm trying to figure out who tweeted it out, but they're saying it like, just to kind of put in perspective, like the whole cap change.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Nathan McKinnon he's making 15% of the team's salary, or takes up 15%. Kaprizov is going to end up only being 14%. I don't know if that was. I wish I could. I'm saying I wonder if it's like when he signed it or something like
starting next season.
Yeah, like I don't know. I gotta see if I can find that tweet again. And
because next year the cap's supposed to be 104, right?
Correct. Yeah, so they're gonna have about 25 just under 26 million, I believe the number was I came up with, in space with not many pieces that have to resign.
Yeah.
That are worth re-signing, I should say.
Yeah.
Gustafson might be the only one that
Yes.
you want to make an effort to resign
Absolutely.
for. And
they'll have plenty of space. Like they already re-signed Rossi for 3 years this offseason when he was like wanting out. They've got Eriksson Ek still signed for this season plus 3 more. They got Matt Boldy on like 4 more years after this year. Like their big guys are pretty much signed. Like the guys that are on 1-year deals basically now is Tarasenko and Zuccarello as their biggest. And Zuccarello's 38. Tarasenko's a fucking suitcase now.
yeah, Zuccarello will sign like a very team-friendly deal to finish it out there.
Jack Johnson's on a PTO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume that like Phil Gustafson probably just gets an extension at some point, unless they're like Jesper Wallstedt, like it has a monster year, and they're like, fuck it, like we'll just roll with the 22-year-old.
Yeah, I'm just really interested to see how the market is gonna be set now, like what he did to the market, because we talked about it with Jack Eichel, we talk about it with McDavid. I mean, Grant McDavid's a different situation. He's a very team-friendly guy.
This is a different situation too. I think players or agents that are going to be like, well, look at what Kaprizov got. I think teams will go back and be like, yeah, that's because that team is Kaprizov. The team is literally run through that player. Like they sink or swim based on him.
Yeah.
Like that's why it's so high. But I don't know. As long as he's healthy. Oh, yeah, and also Zeev Buium. Like everybody's excited to see what he can do. We'll see.
So, yeah, and basically what I was trying to get when I was trying to segue from St. Louis to them is these two teams, Minnesota and St. Louis, to me are interchangeable.
Yep.
And I feel like a lot hinges. It's Minnesota's spot to lose to St. Louis, and it comes down to Kaprizov being healthy.
Yeah, that's the biggest change between those two teams and making them actually interchangeable is the fact that like if Kirill is on Minnesota's way better than St. Louis. If he's not, they're worse than St. Louis.
Yeah. So, and I didn't mention it. Wild lost first round 4-2 to the Golden Knights.
Yeah, which is crazy that they won 2 games.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move on to the top dogs.
Did Kaprizov even play in the playoffs?
I thought he did.
But, he did, yes. Yeah. He had 9 points, 5 goals and 4 assists in the 6
Like
games.
I said, I have nothing against him as a player. It's just looking at it from like building a team, it's like, okay, that's an awesome deal if he can stay healthy and your team can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And Minnesota, like we were talking about it, unfortunately, it works out in their favor. I see that as a division rival. It works out in their favor kind of thing.
I was looking at their like most recent seasons. Before last season, so 23-24, they actually missed the playoffs with 87 points. So they're still not a bad team, but that's like the one time they missed the playoffs. Every other year before that, it's a first round exit. It's the funniest thing in Minnesota.
Yeah. So, all right, Colorado. Colorado took third place in the Central, 49, 29, and 4 with 102 points. They lost in the first round to the Dallas Stars in 7 games.
They lost to the Mikko Rantanen.
Yeah, goddamn. Mikko Rantanen just shoving it up his former team's ass.
Yep.
What did they do this offseason?
Colorado. Big addition, Brent Burns, right? Landeskog is going to be back for the full season.
That's a big help.
Yeah. They went and got Victor Olofsson. Let's see. I feel like there's one that I'm really missing. I know they re-signed Brock Nelson for a long time.
Didn't they trade for Sidney Crosby? Like, wasn't that supposed to happen this offseason?
No, not yet, buddy. Not in the offseason. I know they traded away. Was it Matthew Wood and Charlie Coyle? They sent them to Columbus for Gavin Brindley. That's kind of it. Yeah, I don't know. This team's still good. This team is still stupid good. I'm trying to think. Like, it doesn't. No, they're just good. They didn't really do anything else. I would say they're probably going to end up being better than last year just for the fact that they have a full season of Mackenzie Blackwood rather than starting the season out with like the worst fucking goalie tandem in the league.
But is Mackenzie Blackwood going to be Mackenzie Blackwood?
Dude, yeah. He's good. He's good. He was unfortunately on a team on the Devils that was getting worse. Then he was ousted by the Devils after the whole COVID thing. And then the Sharks picked him up as like, oh yeah, we'll give him a shot. And then he was the only good thing about the Sharks.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay. And then he gets to Colorado and then they're like, oh yeah, now we're so fucking good.
Dude, and then you get a full season of Landeskog back. And I mean, he's not the same player as he used to be, but that's a big addition, having your captain back out there. And I mean, you got McKinnon, who's just a fucking workhorse. Like, I feel
top 3 player in the league.
Dude, I feel like McKinnon has got that Crosby territory now, where it's like any team that's got McKinnon on it, like, like you can't count them out and making a run.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, he has got the ability to just will his team to as far as that he can physically take them himself.
I'm curious if Colorado does the same thing with Netjes that they did with Rantanen last year. Like, if they're not going to be able to sign him to an extension, if they just end up trading him.
It'd be good to see a full season with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was a good portion of the season they had him, but like,
they had him for 30 games. He had 28 points in those 30 games, but in Carolina, he had 55 points in 49 games. But still,
so that trade came later than I thought it did. For some reason, I thought that was earlier in the season.
I think it was like early February, late January.
Okay. Yeah, full season there. I mean,
yep. And then, so like right now, their first line is listed as Nichushkin, McKinnon, and Netjes. And then you got Landeskog, Nelson, and Lehkonen as your second line. And then Ross Colton, Jack Drury, and Victor Olofsson on the third line. And then nobody cares about the fourth line. You don't need to care about the fourth line at that point.
Hard pause. Do you have the Hawks game on?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
Fucking.
Is this Colton Dock?
Colton Dock breaking ankles and just going top shelf.
Holy shit. Dude, if he has a good year. Also, what's the goalie doing? What are you doing, bud?
It's Ken Talbot.
Yeah, what's he doing? Dude, Colton Dock is building a sick identity of being just a nasty power forward.
Kirby who?
Yeah. The St. Louis game where he laid out Sundqvist and then Oliver Moore scored and then he had a fight earlier in the game. Sick.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
All right, unpause.
So they still have like one of the better defensive tandems in the league with Devin Taves and Cale Makar, which is hilarious because I feel like Cale Makar is just so good that Devin Taves is just like, I gotta find a way to just compliment this guy, and he's earned himself like a solid career in Colorado by just being like the perfect Cale Makar partner.
Dude, that's like Seabrook and all that, like, made a career off of that. That's all you. And he's a good defenseman in his own right too, but he's able to just let McCarr do his thing.
Yeah.
What's McCarr? Is this McCarr's last year?
No, he's
Or does
got
he have
another one.
another one? Okay.
Yeah, and then he'll be making fucking 18 million.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they're set up so well, and as long as they can figure this cap situation out going forward, I mean, God damn, dude, it's gonna be scary how good they can be for how long.
Yeah. You see, I don't know. I just noticed this. Brent Burns is gonna be wearing number 84.
Yeah,
That's gonna be weird.
interesting. So, all right, let's.
Martin Netchus wouldn't give up the number 88 for the fucking 40-year-old vet.
Oldest player in the league.
Come on.
Is he the oldest player in the league?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, all right, moving along. In second place in the division was the Dallas Stars, 50-26-6 for 106 points, and they lost in the conference final in 5 games to the Edmonton Oilers.
Of course they did. Was it 3rd year in a row?
I believe so.
It's good stuff.
Let's see.
New coach for a playoff team? New coach?
Yeah, when your coach does some fucking dumb shit, of course it's gonna.
When you leave your fucking goalie hanging out to dry and then you double down on doing that, yeah.
Arguably, what, top 5 goalies in the league?
Yes,
and
he's on Team USA, and Team USA has stacked goaltending.
And you want to blame him for not winning, going to the Stanley Cup final? Okay, all right.
Let's see how that works out for you, bud.
Okay, Peter.
Okay, Peter. So their biggest additions are, I don't know. Did they sign it? I know they got rid of Matt Dumba. They got rid of Mason Marchment. They were able to hold on to Jason Robertson because of that. I don't think they signed anyone. Nathan Bastian, Stranges was in the system. Radek Faxa, Colin Blackwell, like they were on the team already. So Dallas is basically bringing back the same kind of regular season. Oh, I guess Radek Faxa was in St. Louis last year, so they brought him back to Dallas. They're bringing back basically the same regular season team up until like the trade deadline.
I mean, they lost Cody Ceci.
Yes.
They lost Dadnoff.
Yes, and they lost Mikhail Granlund, Brendan Smith. So they didn't make any additions really. What their biggest additions are going to be, prospects that have been just kind of sitting in the system are now getting the crack at the NHL roster.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They might be
biggest addition,
a little weaker at the.
Their biggest addition is the full season of Mikko Rantanen.
Yes.
They also are going to be out with Jamie Benn. He suffered a punctured lung?
Yeah, something like collapsed lung or something.
Collapsed lung or punctured lung, and then he had surgery, and there was no timeline. They did say he's going to have a full recovery, and all that. But yeah, for me. I mean, it kind of comes down to what they lost wasn't big enough to truly affect them.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is there.
Essentially the same team that was like this team is essentially the same, if not like slightly better, because of Rantanen heading into the trade deadline last year, where they made all those moves. Like getting Mikhail Granlund, getting Cody Ceci, that kind of made that like stronger playoff push. They're getting, like I said, a little bit of a bigger role to some prospects, and what they have like 400,000 in cap space. Is that what it was? Or am I
cap friendly?
A million.
Sorry, cap wages is saying just over $1 million.
Just over $1 million. So I mean, make a cheap addition, I guess, if you you need to. But they're still solid. Like, one of the best goalies in the league that we just talked about. They got Essa Lindell, Miro Heiskanen, another sick tandem. Thomas Harley is in the last year of his current contract, and he's already, like, very quickly becoming one of the best defensemen, too. He's so fucking good.
I think, too, a big thing to look out for is Wyatt Johnston. He is gone from... So he's played 82 games in all 3 seasons of his career. He's gone 41 points, 65 points, 71 points.
Yeah, he's good.
So, I mean, I would love to see... I mean, he's only going to be 22 this year.
Dude, Matt Duchene led their team in points last year. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, what is it? It's a different player over the last, 4 years that leads the team in points. Because the year before was Jason Robertson. And then the year before that, it was Jason Robertson. My bad. I think the year before that was Joe Pavelski. Yep.
Mason Marchand is gone too.
Yep, Marchand's gone. Yeah, I don't know. Just another year of Wyatt Johnston being sick. Another year of, it's another contract year. Like I was talking about Thomas Harley, there's a contract year for Jason Robertson too, so he might just go off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of guys that are going to be playing for new contracts that want to get paid, and you still have just solid fucking right now. Your current center depth is Rupe Hintz, Matt Duchene, and Wyatt Johnston, and then Radek Fax on the 4th line. But that 3 right there is disgusting.
Yeah, hopefully Miro can be healthy too. I mean, he only played 50 games last year, and he's such a big part of that defense, man.
Oh yeah,
I mean, this team.
Good.
I don't have any worries about this team, falling off or anything like that. I still think.
I mean, when it comes to coaching, we'll see.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Who the fuck is our coach?
Glenn Glutzen.
From Calgary last year?
Not last year, no. In 17-18.
Oh shit, that's what it was.
That was when he was head coach. I don't know if he was. Okay. I don't know if he was assistant or anything. I can find out real quick though, because it said he was also the Dallas Stars head coach back in 2011, 2012, and 2012, 2013. Let's see.
He was with Emmett. He was assistant coach in Edmonton
last year
since the 2018-19 season.
Oh, okay. So
you can't beat Edmonton, so you go get one of their coaches to give all the trade secrets.
Yeah. Should have just went and got Corey Perry back. That was the last time they made it to the final.
He did coach the Dallas for 2 years.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, this team's good. They're going to make the playoffs as long as they don't have any catastrophic injury issues. But I think they'll be fine. All
right, and let's wrap up the teams with the first place Winnipeg Jets. They finished 56, 22, and 4 for 116 points. They took home the President's Trophy, so obviously they weren't going to win the Stanley Cup. They got knocked out in the second round by the Dallas Stars 4-2. Arguably probably going to be the biggest drop-off, I think.
Yeah.
Among teams this year and playoff teams. I guess maybe just in general. Not saying it's not going to be like a plummet to the bottom, but there's no way they're going to replicate what they did last year.
No, unless Connor Hellebuyck somehow has another season like that. It's just a stupid year. 63 games played, 47 wins, 12 losses, 3 OT losses, 9.25 save percentage, 2 goals against average, fucking 2, 8 shutouts. That's gross. That's oh Jesus. Yeah, that's just really stupid good. And it's hard to replicate that unless you're like Dominic Hasek.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it could happen because the year before he had a 9.21, and the year before that he had a 9.20. So I guess he's a great regular season goalie.
Yeah, that's true. But
Back-to-back Vezinas, of course. So fucking stupid good.
big addition, Jonathan Taves.
Jonathan Taves.
And
Big subtraction, Nikolai Ehlers.
Yeah. And yes, we're a Hawks podcast. We love Jonathan Taves, and we have a bias for Jonathan Taves.
Yes.
But I still think that is a fucking fantastic ad for them. Not only are you getting a 3-time Stanley Cup champion who is going to have a limited role compared to what he was used to, so I think that's only going to benefit him. You have a hometown kid getting to go home and play for his hometown. Like there's just so much perfect right there. And Jonathan Taves has got something to prove that he can still do this. I don't know if this is going to be a one and done for him, but it's like I really think it's going to be hard for him to let his career end the way it looked like it was going to.
Yeah.
And I think if he can go out on his terms, this is the best situation for him to do that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I hope he can, make all the money that his contract has those stipulations for. I think that'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Other than him, though, I don't really think they added too much. When I'm looking through their signings, it looks like maybe Gustav Nyquist is like their one big addition.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah, he finished with Minnesota last year. And trades, was there any?
I think they're running this. I think they're kind of running this back.
Yeah. They're just trying to put yourself in the same situation. They got Luke Shen still from that trade deadline move. Like, a solid team, but like I agree. Like, I still think they're going to have the biggest drop off, mainly because they were President's Trophy team. Man, they have Taves listed as the second line center. Good for him.
I think that's too much, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Yeah, this team, I mean, I think it's just a solid team. This team was a President's Trophy winning team because Connor Hellebuck made it that way.
Pearson signed with them.
Oh, Tanner Pearson?
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
No, I'm just trying to see like who wasn't there. They re-signed Velarde, which is that's been a big that was part of the PLD trade, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice pickup by them. Yeah, I mean they're a playoff team. They're going to do well. They're just I think it's obnoxious to think that they are going to match what they did last year. Like they need everything to go perfect. They need Kyle Connor to get 97 to 100 points again. They need Scheifele to hit almost 90 points. They need Hellebuck, like you said, to put up those stupid numbers. And it's not possible.
No. Like, was it a career year for those three guys? Because I know it was for Hellebuck. Like that's the thing that's going to be really hard to replicate is if like when we talked about Nashville a few years ago where they were like, oh man, what a year. It's like, yeah, but so many of the guys on the team had a career season. It's like they would have to have a career season or better to do that again.
Kyle Connor was his best season by 4 points. He had 93 in 2021-22. Scheifele.
It's his best season.
Best season, yeah. The closest he got was 18-19 when he had 84 points.
It was Ehlers' best season since he was 20, and he's gone.
And that's tough. You're losing. That's 63 points. I mean, he played 69 games, 63 points. So it's like that's a big loss.
Gabe Velarde's best season in his career. Let's see, Cole Perfetti, 50 points. That's his best season. Yeah, see, like you're getting the best out of a lot of your players. Neil Pionk, second best year. Just kidding.
But yeah,
that's what it is.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them to do that. I still think they're a playoff team. But
yeah. Yeah, because the only way they're not a playoff team is if Connor Hellebuck is not there for the whole year.
Yeah.
That's it. Because even if he's just a little bit worse, they're still a wild card team at worst because he's going to win them 30 games.
Oh, yeah. He's going to win them. He's going to get them into a playoff spot, and then he will just be so fatigued come playoff time that he's fucked.
Yeah. And then it becomes playoff hockey, and Winnipeg doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah. So, all right. Let us talk about our predictions for this division. Let me grab. I just need to see. Oh crap! We didn't mark down who was going to be playoff from the Pacific. Did we say 5 teams were making it from the Central?
I think so.
Okay.
All right. I don't know. I would. It's tough to say that just because Calgary was literally tied with St. Louis, and I don't know. It depends on the regulation overtime wins. Okay, so honestly,
are you going 1-8 or 8-1?
8-1.
Okay.
Just vibes though. Nashville 8.
It's all about vibe. That's why San Jose is going to be so much better than Chicago because of vibes,
San Jose is going to come in first place in the league because the vibes are so high. But no, it's just I think already with like the optimism for this season, with like the way that the young guys are playing already, and a full year of Spencer Knight, I think that the Hawks might surprise some people.
I think they're going to surprise people. I have them at 8. And that's just because I want them to have the best shot at McKenna.
Yes,
possible.
That's also why I didn't want to.
But I have them at 8. But I think it's gonna be a lot fucking closer than people think. I think it's gonna be like Nashville 72, Chicago 71 or 70. Like it's gonna be within a few points.
Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah, either one, 7 or 8. Swat. Those are the 2 bottom teams though. In 6th, shit. Honestly, give me St. Louis.
So I'm the same. So what I'm torn with here is St. Louis, Minnesota. I didn't know who to put where. I think Minnesota is if Kaprizov is healthy and plays a full season. Minnesota finishes in that 5th wild card spot. St. Louis is on the outside looking in. If Kaprizov goes down, it's St. Louis's wild card spot. Like it's just so much. Yeah. But I'm going St. Louis, Minnesota.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm doing, and then I'm going Utah.
Yep.
Actually, no, I'll go Winnipeg, then I'll go Utah.
Oh, you're saying Winnipeg or Utah's going to take a division spot?
Yeah. I like it. Like I'm thinking about it. Utah had 89 points last year.
That's a big drop off. That is
the division spot for Colorado being 3rd is 102. I don't think it's going to be as high this year, but if they get 5 more wins, that's 99 points. That could probably get them close.
So you go Winnipeg, Utah. I'm going Utah, Winnipeg.
I'm feeling it.
I think there's gonna be a drop. It's gonna be a big drop off. I just don't think it's that big of a drop off.
Yeah, I mean, I think they go maybe out closer to 100 points.
Yeah,
that's what I'm just kind of. I don't want to be the same as you.
Yeah. Well, then here I'm wrapping up. Number 2, Dallas. Number 1, Colorado.
Yeah, duh. That's what I would do. I don't know. I can't. I think I'd have to go Dallas 1.
Really?
Yeah, because I like their goalie better. I think I like their defense as a whole better. So, and I don't know. The forward cores are sick.
It's so funny looking at this now because it's like you got Dallas, I got Colorado. You got Colorado, I got Dallas. You got Utah, I got Winnipeg. You got Winnipeg, I got Utah. And then it's Minnesota, St. Louis. And then it's you got Chicago, I got Nashville. You got Nashville, I got Chicago. So besides 5 and 6, we're flip flopping every single.
Hey, it is what it is.
And then I'm saying Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg, Utah, Minnesota are playoff teams. I'm taking all 5 from the Central.
I'm not. I don't know. I'd say at least 4, but I think it'd be tough to do 5. Just with how close Calgary was last year.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Hey, I'm not trying to convince you to change your mind on anything. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I just think when we were talking about it last time, I think it's silly. Calgary and St. Louis tie. Calgary has actually a better regulation winning percentage, but fewer regulation wins. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah. By 1.
So
St. Louis lost more games in regulation. I guess that's what that is.
So that is officially the closure of our
31 team ranking.
31 team season preview division. Let's see. Do I have the other ones pulled up here really quick so I can do our playoff teams? I don't know where the notes are.
Okay.
Oh, so Tampa, Toronto, Ottawa. And then you had Carolina, Columbus, Washington, New Jersey, and Montreal. We are Eastern playoff teams.
I don't even know. That doesn't sound like me. I'd rather have Columbus in there.
You do?
Oh, I forgot what you said already.
Carolina, Columbus, Washington, New Jersey.
Okay.
And then Tampa, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
That was your East. My East was Tampa, Ottawa, Toronto, Florida, Detroit.
You want to change that Florida pick now? No Barkov.
Yeah, no, I'll stick with it. And then Carolina, New York Islanders, and Columbus is what I had for the East. The West, you have Vegas, LA, Edmonton, Calgary.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dallas, Colorado, Utah, Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And then I have Vegas, LA, Edmonton, Colorado, Dallas, Winnipeg, Utah, Minnesota.
I'm fine with it.
I feel like our East are just fucking wild cards.
Yeah, buddy. That's what it is.
So, all right. Well, next week we'll be back for the preview of the Chicago Blackhawks, and we finally get
the Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks. And
I don't have to wear a goddamn Predators jersey anymore. I want to wrap this up so I can take this shit off. So make sure to follow us on your favorite podcast feed. We're on all major podcast feeds, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the big two. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, social media at WC Podcast. And we will see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.